Boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. I've got the vert out today. All right, top down, windows up. You know how we do it. We got the blue leather interior. In case you're sleeping and don't know what this is, check the previous video out. You're gonna see everything about it. It's a gem, all right? I am currently paint prepping the 350Z wing because, as you know, when I bought this, it was painted red and it was very ugly. So I'm taking off all of the old paint as I have purchased primer and will be paint prepping because Raza does actually have a compressor which he has offered to bring here for me to use to paint, or it might even be him actually spraying it. I don't know. He's got experience. I trust him. I'll just do the prep. It's calm. This is the other wing. This is just primer black, so I think I won't really sand it much. I'll just clean it and then just shoot some of the same primer as the other wing, just so that the black paint going onto it later can lay on it flat and even and consistent. In terms of my side skirts, they are actually chilling here, already prepped and ready to paint. So shout out to Tom, who I got them off of, that actually did all the work, so I don't even have to touch them. I just get to put them on the car. And another thing which hasn't actually been on the channel too much, right here on my other aero bumper, is my, I should leave it in the sun really, KBD lip, okay? This actually came with the 350Z when I originally purchased it as an extra, so that's a good little bonus for that car. Lon has been storing it for me, so shout out to Lon. I'm probably gonna do the same thing with that lip as I am with that black wing there. Just get the primer on there so it's even, and when the new paint gets laid down, it attaches to the surface in the same way, same shade and everything. Yeah, a little sunny Friday. Okay, so we're back at the garage, yeah? We're doing some black coupe things. Look at this. Wow, all of the fucking boot lid open, bonnet open. Oh my days, what's going on, man? Well, I had an MOT booked for this actually last week. Listen to this, yeah? A story about a car boy who is way too ambitious and just actually an idiot. So, MOT booked for this Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday night, I come here to pick it up so I can drive it on Thursday morning to go do the MOT. Trying to pull out of here. One of the headlights doesn't work and there's no bulbs, literally zero bulbs in the tail lights. Look at it. Not even any carriers, just empty. Nothing, darkness. And obviously your boy's got the zip tie number plate mod, yeah, where you got your number plate lights and just run a zip tie, so you can just zip tie your number plate. This is a hack, yeah. Obviously you heard it here first. This is how you get that flappy number plate thing. I don't think it's very legal because you're supposed to hard mount your number plate, but it is still attached to the car and it is actually a legal number plate. The physical number plate is not like a dodgy one, like a Japanese import size, or they don't even notice, innit? When the car is still, it's calm. When you're driving, it's stupid though, because it does actually just flap about. Anyway, long story. I had to rebook the MOT for tomorrow. Today's Monday. So essentially I'm here. Fortunately, I have a bunch of tail lights here that do have all of the carriers that I need. So I'm just gonna literally transport all of that onto there, see what bulbs I need, go get bulbs if I need any, so I can drive this shit to the MOT tomorrow, because it's actually good to go. And there's one realization I've had: the body is actually fucked, so really it just needs a whole last paint job. So I don't think that I'm gonna try to restore this factory paint, because look at this, bro. What is going on? What the fuck? Yo, relax. And then obviously in the back here, back in the day, I did some body work myself. Like, it's just trash, innit? It's fucked. And obviously, half the panels are different color now. Long, yeah? There's this thing here as well. But there's some of this stuff I want to retain. Like, look at this. This is cute. I bought the car with this damage on this boot lid. You know, this hella tiger seal thing. Maybe we can reduce that, you know, clean up a bit. But yeah, 316i badge. This has to stay. Like, all of this stuff. This, I drift tab Sam stand-in hella long ago back in the day. So there's some stuff that I want to retain. Like, for example, this, not something I want to retain. Can you see this wavy situation going on the roof? That's not good. I don't want that. Like, what? I don't want that. Get rid of that. Blue, mismatch, wrong color. Not good, don't want that. Bonnet, do you know what I mean? Look, fucked. Wasted, look at all of this. There's like literally paint coming off as well. Like, bro, what? No. I'm okay, thank you. I don't want that. I don't know if I mentioned before, but my passenger, or I guess whatever, left fucking front jack point. It's not very happy. Slightly has a hole at the moment, maybe, but it's only minor. The jacking point is actually okay. You can jack the car off of it, but you really don't want to look at the sill around it. It looks a bit questionable. So anyway, yeah, there's just a bit of some stuff to do to the body, so it just needs some love. I would love to do like a classic car thing and just leave the patina, but this is not really patina, it's like damage. Black Coupe is gonna get some more loving at some point in the future, but for now, just need to get ready for MOT. I did want to update as well about all of this panels. I did actually drive the Z here today. If you look, I'm with the Z. Oh, another little flex. Wait. Just give me a second, all right? Let's pop the Z lid, boot lid. Fucking 10 minutes. Need 10 hands. What's this? Whoa, BC. Yeah, okay. With little jingleberry things. Sick. Springs, very good. Shout out to Tom OBH. He is graciously passed on his BCs to me for a very good deal, so thank you, Tom. If you don't know about Tom, you're sleeping in it. Like, he's actually he's active in it. He's like sick media for drifting and cars, and just fucking sick cameraman, like in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, shout out to Tom. I don't know if I updated you, but the Z actually, after the last pod day, had a very intense misfire. It was running a bit like an Audi, you know, those 5-cylinder things. That's kind of what was happening with the Z. Oh, actually, with the help of everyone, I ended up diagnosing that it is a... when I said the help of everyone, I meant like everyone just telling me unplug the coil pack and see if anything changes. So I did that, and I found out which coil pack it was. So just changed the coil pack. The Z runs sick now. So yeah, Z is on the way to being sick after all the panels are painted. We have had a couple of issues with the setup. We didn't have a working regulator on the gun. So Raza did one coat on the skirts, and they came out flat black, which obviously I've got single stage KH3, I think it is, the Z color. So yeah, they shouldn't be flat black, they should be glossy. Problem with the regulator, got a new regulator. Tried to paint again this weekend. Regulator broke instantly, so didn't even get to paint. So next weekend, hopefully, we'll have some painted Z panels, and obviously the Z is here. So I'm gonna see if I can get the coilovers done on it somehow, somewhere. Z things happening and Black Coupe things happening. Very important projects straight after Driftland. Middle of the summer, let's go, making things happen. We are good to go. I have been doing some prep on a MX-5 valve cover for Raza, of course. You will see what's going on with this car soon. Anyway, Black Coupe is good to go, it's running. Lights are working, I tested them all. This one doesn't want to turn off for some reason, but it doesn't matter. I'm topping off the air in the tires, obviously, and then I'm gonna bring the Z in this spot, and I'm gonna drive the Black Coupe. It's on my insurance now, so we're good. Oh yeah, baby! Driving the Black Coupe! What the fuck? Insane, I don't even know what is happening right now. It's been fucking like 3 years, bruh. What? Woo, look at this. La, 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 la. Okay, well, we have made it to Brighton, imagine. Maiden voyage of the Black Coupe, entirely successful. Nothing fell off the car. I only just realized that my right signals don't work. So let's see what that's about. Yeah, they just don't work at all. So I don't know what's up with that. Something fucked. Yeah, the lights themselves work, because when I put the hazards on, they work. But I guess my stalk is like broken or something, I don't know. Anyway, it's mad windy today, so I hope that you can hear me. Silver Coupe, looking wrecked. To be fair, I don't think this is that bad. I think I just have to just maybe get this tail light out and put a different tail light, put a bumper on, and it should be good to go again. To be fair, it's not that crazy. I think I'm just being a little bitch and kind of like scared of this car now. But yeah, good times at Driftland. If you haven't seen the video, just go to the channel. It's the previous video. It's something like destroying my BMW at Driftland, something like that. Watch that video, it's sick. hella driving footage. But today, Black Coupe, I am here to steal the radio from Silver Coupe because that thing has a shit radio and I'm gonna be driving it to the MOT tomorrow. So obviously I need music in it. So I'm just gonna switch the radios out and that thing should be blessed. I do have this air filter here as well. I might try that on because if you know, I have cloth as my air filter right now, like literally a piece of cloth. You see what I mean? Literally, piece of cloth. It's filtering okay though, I guess, but still. You know, maybe you want something a bit more substantial. Okay, well, it has been definitely quite a while since I film anything, but today we're doing something fun, all right? There's been some bullshit going on. Your boy's been acting a fool. But anyways, things are looking up. We're gonna make some changes and we should be all right. However, today I'm doing something which I promised Raza I'm gonna do a while back and I've been slacking. It's just because it's a creative process and I'm just a little bitch when it comes to creative processes. So I take a long time making sure that the quote unquote client, aka Raza, not really a client, just literally one of my fucking brothers. And then like taking the fucking process, long time, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, right now I'm chilling with Raza's valve cover. Now, if you know MX-5 engines and you look at this valve cover, you will know exactly what engine it's for. I'm not going to tell you what it's for because I don't know, but I'm basically doing some artwork on it for him since he's trying to do some hot boy things. We all know Raza, we all know that he's deep down the hottest of boys. So I have cut some flames out of vinyl using my vinyl cutter, of course. Here are some previous examples of bits that, you know, testing and back and forward and creative process. We've basically settled on this now. So essentially what it will be is like a stencil. I don't know if anyone's done any art before, but basically you cut it out, you place it on top of the thing. And then when you paint on top, only the paint through the stencil comes through. So you get the shape of the stencil on your item. Pretty simple concept, yeah? However, the surface we're working with is silly. A fucking engine valve cover, what is that? Usually I'm used to flat walls like this or that, you know? But we're making it work, should be good. I have masked off the whole thing now. Oil cap, random, I don't know, VTI? Shit, I don't even know what that is, bro, fuck me. Other little hole, little nipple thing. Everything is masked and I have put T-cut inside the letters. So yeah, we should be good to just send it. I'm going to lay a layer of silver first as that's the background that he's asked for the flame situation. So I guess I'll just update you on the process. Yeah. Okay, so I've laid the silver down and I've added the first flames stencil. I'm not gonna lie, I somehow managed to place this literally perfectly. I did not want to put it anywhere else other than exactly right here. The way it follows the curve, the way it stops right at that thing, the way it goes in here and the way it follows all of this is just literally perfect. I'm really happy with my placement on that. I've got to mask the rest of it and I should be able to start doing the flames. Fingers crossed, I don't fuck myself. I have an idea because Raza said he wanted more red than yellow, but to get proper fire, you need loads of yellow. So I might do like some inverted fire just to take the piss, but we'll see. As I might have said previously, I'm not that good at fire. That's been the one thing I've always struggled to draw and convey properly. But today, I'm going to get over that and make Raza's valve cover beautiful. Oh my days. Okay, so I've done something. Here's how it's looking now. This is still entirely masked. I, for some reason, decided to use my rag because, I don't know, I don't have any newspaper. So I just thought this was the next easiest thing. I have loads of rags, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, this is how it's looking. So this is the red, more red than yellow situation. Yeah, I don't know, it should come out okay, I think. I don't really think it's going to be too crazy. I think there's a lot of logic in how this works, and there should be a good amount of paint bopping about to where it makes sense And there's obviously the silver underneath, you gotta remember, which hopefully should stay on, because I realized I forgot to put primer. And I was actually supposed to not even do primer, but lay a coat of heat resistant paint underneath all of this color. But I think it's too late now. So I think this should be all right. I'm going to unmask it and show you guys the results. I'm quite worried, but I do literally have to get this right now and head out because I'm running out of time as usual. Oh my God. I'm in a mad rush and it's beginning to rain as well. So I haven't actually had a chance to show you guys what the result is. However, I do have it in the boot. I will overlay a photo here just in case something fucks up along the way. I've not actually secured it, I've just put it in the boot. This is a Civic, so it should be all right, but yeah, still. Jesus, this video is literally shambles, all right? However, this is the 350Z video, so let me tell you what the fuck is up, all right? At the moment, right here, right now, we've got my 2005 Nissan 350Z, okay? If you remember, I bought this earlier in the year for a very good deal. Couldn't really pass it up, so I thought I would do a 350Z build. And throughout the year, I've realized that I really don't care about 350Zs, and I don't really want to do a build. However, I have committed to the storyline of doing the 350Z build because I feel like the ultimate value of the car will be a lot higher than what I got it for if I was to put effort in and make a nice art piece out of the Z. So I've been trying to do that. Now, let me update you basically on what is going on. The Z, okay, is good. The car is blessed, actually. It's a very good example of a Z. There's no crunching in the gearbox. The engine is not blown up. It holds all the pressure. This doesn't leak or anything stupid like that. The car is solid, okay? Very, very nice car. Unfortunately, I've neglected it. So it's actually run out of MOT, which in the UK is kind of like emissions type of test, roadworthiness test. So I need to get it through another one soon, but that shouldn't be a problem because it's actually blessed, as I'm saying. You may be able to tell that it is sitting a lot lower than previously in this video. This is because I have now installed, not brand new, but pretty good condition, BC BR coilovers. These came from Tom OBH, who helped a lot with filming at Driftland. So shout out to Tom, give him a shout on Instagram. If you need any video work, that's your guy, all right? Because obviously my workspace here is not necessarily the best for doing coilovers. I asked George if he could lend me his ramp so I can just smash the coilovers in. It took me 4 hours on a ramp with some pretty fucking good tools. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even bring my tools. I kind of just stole his. So yeah, thank you to George again. Add George Blads on Instagram. Get at him for any work in the South Coast that you need on your any car. Really, he does drift cars too. Either way, this has BCBRs on it now. No rear spring adjuster, just straight onto the rubber cone. And the fronts were just as basically Tom gave them to me. I've done no ride height adjustment. I do have wheels for this car as well. I'm not gonna reveal the face, but you can tell they're mega wide. They are, I will tell you the size now. They are 18, 10.5 square, so pretty serious. I don't know what tire size I'm gonna be running, but it should be something that would fit. If you wanna leave a comment down below, let me know what tires I should run. Definitely do that, because I don't know. Now, apart from wheels and coilovers, which is the most key ingredient to a 350Z project, you do need some sexy body panels, yeah? Now, this is not a sexy body panel. This is a cat end body panel. This car, unfortunately, has a category on it because for some reason, someone declared a little fender bender situation. The previous owner said that some van changed lanes into him, which is common. That's happened to me before. The door has a slight ding, but the wing is the worst part. So knowing that, I went out and bought some actually brand new JDM 350Z wings. So it's essentially Fair Lady Z wings. So this is them here. The difference between the JDM and UKDM is, if you look here next to the badge, there is actually no side repeater, whereas the UK one has it. So basically a simpler, more nice and smooth design. But basically the point of this clip right now is to show you about this whole paint gun compressor setup fucking fiasco. I didn't even tell you guys what is going on, but essentially it's taken about a month to get these painted. Even longer, to be fair, because we had to transport this from Razza's and set it up and do all this stuff. But basically, long story short, for about 3 weeks we were trying to figure out why the paint kept coming out flat with no clear in it, and it turns out that the paint shop actually mixed it wrong. Instead of doing a single stage, they did normal, base and clear, but I didn't get any clear from them, and I asked them to do single stage. So I don't know what they were on, but anyway, got new paint finally after almost a month of longness. And then I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of sent it. The gun is here. This is the gun I was using. It is, I have no idea, all right? I'm not gonna lie. The paint shop told me to do 50-50, so 1-to-1 on the paint to thinners. So that's what I did. I mixed the paint and I set up the compressor and prepped the panels pretty much majority on my own. This is my first time ever doing anything with a compressor and paint gun. Until now, I've only ever painted with aerosol. And I'll be honest, I'm disappointed in the results. I'm certain until this day that I can physically give a better result with aerosol cans rather than compressor and paint gun. Razza says I'm a fool and I don't know how to set up a paint gun, which is most likely the fact. However, this is the results. The wings, I will tell you now, came out the worst. There is drips and slight tiger striping going on, which is horrendous. And I wish that I did not own these panels. I'm ready to put them straight in the bin because I hate how the paint came out. My prep on this one was very, very savage as well, you can see. I used 40 grit for some reason because it was previously painted, so I thought the fastest way to take the paint off was 40 grit, but then didn't realize you have to spend another 10 years sanding the 40 grit away, so I kind of gave up halfway. Basically, the nice JDM wings are not painted very well at all, and I hate that. However, I'm running out of time because I need to get rid of the Z because I don't like it. So what I need to do is put these panels on the car and sell the car with the panels. The skirts and lip actually came out okay. Not really any runs, barely any tiger striping, and you know, ultimately they actually look acceptable. And I can get away with running them on the car. So I'll probably end up doing all of that along with the wheels in this video. But yeah, it's been a bit of a long process, and I'm not gonna lie, for how long it took, the result is very disappointing. The reason that I don't actually want to keep the Z is because I just don't like it. I'll be honest, in the grand scheme of things, there's things that I like cars to do that the Z doesn't do, but there are so many things which the Z does that I really like about it and wish that other cars did. Like for example, the powertrain. Like, bro, the fucking Z has sick drivetrain components. The V6 actually kind of sucks because it's a bit of a princess, but it's very torquey and has a lot of power, which is magical. That's kind of what you want in any sports car. Gearbox, fucking the best gearbox I've ever felt. I'm a get rag boy. I don't even like ZFs. I literally like the most stock basic generic 4-pot E36 5-speed. And then driving this CD009, whatever the fuck it is, 6-speed Nissan box, I was just very happy. I enjoyed how it shifted. I enjoyed how chunky it felt. The rest of the drivetrain, like the diff and shafts, feels ultra solid as well. So the drivetrain of the Z, I like a lot, but everything else, I hate. I don't like how they look. I don't like how much space you don't have inside the car. I don't like the seats. I don't like the way the steering wheel feels. I don't like how the steering itself feels. The power steering sucks. There's no really any, what's the word? Like driver feedback, it feels numb. It's not a car for me. If I could get like the Z drivetrain vibe into a BMW somehow, that's probably what I want. But then again, I'm not really about to put a V6 in my E36, am I? This is why the Z is going. I just really CBA with it and I wanna do something else with my life. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck is going on in this video. However, it is probably the 350Z video, so I hope you're enjoying it so far. I've got no idea what I'm doing, but today I thought I would show the wheels. I don't know if I ever show these babies on the channel, but this is them, okay? These are 720 style 14, I'm pretty sure, so 1.4. These are discontinued, so you're not really going to be able to buy them anymore, or really find them at all. I think they're supposed to be like some sort of work look-alike. I don't actually know. I'm not very Japanese myself, as you might be able to imagine with all of my E36s. Okay, I wanted to talk about wheel and tire size. So this is just a fat talking video essentially, of me just going through what it's like to build a 350Z. These babies, they are 18-inch. I don't usually ever mess with 18-inch wheels because I don't really think that it's necessary for a car to have wheels that big. However, Japanese cars, they require 18s, otherwise they don't really drive properly, to my understanding. So this is why I've gone to an 18 for the 350Z. Originally, obviously, the 350Z comes on 18s from factory, so it's not that different. However, since I'm out here doing mods, why not do some improvements? So what I've done is made sure to get really wide 18s. They're not only 18s, but they're actually 18 by 10.5 square all around. I don't know what the offset is, but I think it's something crazy like ET10, or maybe even closer to 0. I know it's positive, definitely. I don't think it's very positive. Now, being a fool who doesn't mess around with 18s, I didn't know what tire size to get. So I got some 245 35 18s for these, and the sidewall was too thin, and we could not stretch them onto the 10.5Js, so I ended up needing to go to a 40 sidewall. So at the moment, these have 245 40 18s on them, and they are intense. Pretty wild stretch, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of that much stretch personally. I'd rather have a little less stretch and a bit more meat on the ground. Like, to me, this is my 7.5J E36 wheel with a 195/45 16, and this is about as much stretch as I'd ever really want on my wheels that I use for myself. So yeah, these 720s are just really intense. However, they should fit my Z really well. What I wanted to do is make sure that I don't get a tire too big, which will rub on the arches, but I didn't want to get a tire too small, and then it not fit on the wheel at all, which I ended up doing anyway. So basically, I've gone to the smallest tire possible to put on these wheels. I don't think a 235 would work. Maybe a 235 like 50 might work, but even then, that's just, what the fuck, why'd you want that? So that's my wheels. There's been a fiasco where I had to just go back and forward a bunch of times, but ultimately I didn't spend that much on the tires and fitting, so it's actually come out okay for me in the end. However, this is becoming a very expensive wheel and tire setup, all in all, considering the amount I paid for the wheels. So the Z is basically getting spoiled, isn't it? Okay, so it's definitely been like 5 months since I filmed anything. Today, we are back at the garage. Of course, where else? Where else would I be? We've got, of course, the ZZ, all right? I call it the ZZ because capital Z, lowercase z, because it makes me fall asleep. And also, you know, it's like a cute nickname, ZZR. But yeah, so basically this thing's for sale. If anyone wants it, give me a shout at Rogue Drive on Instagram. Let's do a deal, yeah? Cash, please. I don't want any more cars. If you remember, I painted all of the panels and the wings came out horrendous. So I've decided to repaint them. I have scuffed and I will re-primer them. Now, this one was the worst. If you remember, there was like loads of sanding marks that I did wrong and drips and all this trash. So yeah, the wings are getting repainted because I can't sell a car like that. I can't be proud of work like that, so I need to redo it, yeah? It turns out that I don't know how to set up a compressor and paint gun setup, and I don't really care for that, so I'm gonna stick to the original method of painting panels, which is aerosol. As you guys know, I have background in graffiti and spray paint artwork, So that's just the most comfortable method for me to get the result I'm looking for. And really and truly, I've been doing it basically my whole life. So I don't know why I decided to try and upgrade to something like this. Of course, I didn't do any investing, apart from obviously supplies, which was like 50 quid. This is in fact Razza's compressor, and he is a lot more capable than me using a setup like that because he's got actual professional experience. Anyways, long story short, today is the day that the Z gets some rims. Now, obviously, they're not gonna go, depending actually. I'm gonna try, basically, it's test fit day, all right? As you can see, I've parked the car with a lot of space on the right-hand side because I'm going to test fit these wonderful 720 style 14, I think they are, 18, 10 and a half, ET 12, something like that, 15 maybe? Serious ass rims. The ZZ is a chunky gal, yeah? So it needs some meats under the arches. Chuck your phone on the floor. I'm gonna stop chatting shit and get to work. This is the rears. I'm sure that the rears are gonna fit. I'm not really worried about that. This is how it is when it is in the air. So yeah, when it comes down, it's gonna camber in. If anything, the rears might be a bit sunk. But I will just do the classic clip, undoing the jack and watching the fitment occur IRL. Check this out. I'm gonna dump it because I'm certain. Oh yeah, that's sunk. Like I can even run spaces. Bro, look at this. What the fuck? What is this, stock height? Lol. Yeah, that's very mild. Like, maybe the car needs to settle or something, but... Oh, the handbrake is up. That makes sense. I guess I put my handbrake up these days. What the fuck? Like, this is very mild, bro. We're not even tucking. We're not doing nothing. Mild. Let's see the fronts though, because that shit's got me worried. I think they might be a bit too wide for the front, but we can do some arch work. All right, it's time to see what's up with the front. This is what it's looking like before we drop it down, similar to the rear, but the front doesn't really camber in like that. So let's see. I'm gonna just do the quickly release. Ah, that's perfect, bro. That's spot on. Hella space. No worries, bruv. It might scrape on full lock, worst case, because it's a bit chunky, but at full lock, it will definitely fucking touch the arch. We already know. But I don't think that's bad at all. I think that's calm. Let's see if we can get some photos. Doesn't even scrape. Like I was at full lock and this didn't even touch the arch, so that's fucking perfect. Got this basically first try I got perfect fitment, and I've never done wheels on a Z. All right, well, I'm basically done for today. I actually am quite happy with the progress that's gone down. I did not expect for the wheels to fit straight away. I thought I'm gonna have to do some crazy arch work. Like I knew the back was fine. Before test fitting, I knew the rear was gonna be fine. I was just worried about the front, but that worked out perfectly as well. The car is not slammed. I think that that's the major component to this working out well. I have added spigot rings. I don't know if you can see them in there because the center bore of these is like quite universal, because I think they're supposed to fit BMW as well. But yeah, the Z is sitting quite nicely. I'm not gonna lie, like this is a good vibe. I bent this arch out a little bit because it was folded in too much and it was almost gonna touch the tire anyway. I also removed that ugly sticker, so we've just got a rusty arch. However, that's fine because, as I say, I've got new arches coming. They're just waiting to be painted, which I think is happening tomorrow. So you should be seeing that like now. Okay, welcome back. It's now actually the next day. Imagine I didn't skip about 4 months. Hello, dog. Hi. So cute. So I've actually done a little bit of work before I started filming. I want to show you because this is the finishing touches, okay? This is like a cherry on the cake. Cheers! Remove the ugly Adam LZ looking stripe off of the spokes and added the center caps with brand new Rogue Drive logo. When I say brand new, I mean brand new for the center caps. I had this idea a while back, but I'm glad I finally executed it. It's quite simple, to be fair. Just measured the size of the, what's the word? Diameter? Yeah, I just measured the diameter of the center cap and relayed that onto my digital software and then just cut some vinyl. If you look, this is actually chrome vinyl. You can see it's iridescent and shiny. So it's quite fun. It's not just white or black. I might be introducing some products like that on the website. So definitely visit rogueworld.co if you want to see what's up. I've been doing a lot of work to the website, and there's a bunch of new stuff on there. So definitely check out the site. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of the site. Tell me what you think of these wheels. And yeah, I'm a lot happier with the whole vibe right now. Like, look at that. That's very nice. White wheels, center caps, logo, very good. As I mentioned a little bit ago in the video, I am going to be finishing painting the JDM wings that I got for the 350Z. And I did buy aerosol because I just don't know how to operate one of these setups. Local paint shop, I got some KH3 black mixed up. This is the paint code for this car, in case anyone's ever wondering. To my understanding, it's a pretty standard Nissan color, so... Alright, so I've been doing some paint prep. The panels are basically completely ready for paint again. This one was very horrible because I had about 1 million runs and this was painted before and I sanded it like an idiot. But now it's basically perfect. I can't really want anything more than this. It's quite smooth. There's not really any imperfections. For a backyard type paint job, this is banging. The other panel is basically sweet. That one was untouched. I was the only one who painted it, so I just basically scuffed it back and it's good. I'm about to lay some black from the aerosol onto those wings. I don't think I'm gonna do clear today, but I wanna make sure I've got a solid black base for me to do some clear. I did also paint the front badge silver because yeah, that's how it's supposed to be in it. It matches the door handles, so that's good. It doesn't match the rear badges because they're chrome. To be fair, this is silver, so it's actually not that bad. But yeah, the Z is shaping up pretty well, I would say. The silver front badge really does make a huge difference. I don't know why they had it black, really and truly, but yeah, that's sorted now. I made a reel on Instagram using trending audio. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to implement, you know, superior strategies with my social media. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, @Rogue Drive, get on there. Yeah, you're gonna see some beautiful stuff. And again, as I mentioned always in the videos, the stuff you see on Instagram is it's a lot more up to date than the YouTube. So yeah, you might wait a few months for a YouTube video where you see everything happen. But on Instagram, you basically see it as it happens. So yeah, follow me on Instagram @Rogue Drive. Also, subscribe to the channel. Don't sleep. Look at this, okay? Spray paint. Look at this. Wow, perfect, flat, no runs, even, like no orange peel. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just, bro, spray paint, man, spray paint. Both the panels are literally perfect. Like, obviously, if you really look, you can kind of see some of my prep isn't exactly perfect here. Like there's a bit of like an outline from an old run. But that's my prep, you know? It's not the paint. I could have literally had this done so much longer ago if I didn't bother with the compressor. I'm not saying that using a compressor and paint gun is bad. I'm just saying that I'm bad at it. So I can't get the result I want. But with a spray can, I do magic, okay? So this, what you see on these two wings is one spray can. I did get two, of course, because I know what I'm doing. So there's probably maybe a coat and a half on each wing. I'm going to finish the other can off on them, make sure it's nice and thick black, and then I'm gonna put the whole setup back inside and come back tomorrow for the clear. And then realistically, unless something wild happens, I should be able to have this 350Z together like this week. When I say together, I mean new wings, skirts, and of course the KBD front lip. 350Z is going to be very sexual by the end of this week, and that also means that I'm going to be able to put it up for sale finally, which is something I've been talking about for way too long, but it is going to have to go away. With these wheels on it, it is kind of hurting my soul to think about selling it because it's very nice now, and I think with the kit it's also going to be very nice, so I'm going to be kind of pissed to sell it. But as I've been saying to a few of you on my Instagram DM, really and truly, the only time I'm genuinely enjoying driving this car is on the motorway, 100 miles an hour plus, kind of filtering through traffic. And that's kind of not really what I want to be doing in my spare time. I'd rather just have the cash in my pocket. By the way, this is all, the reason I know that that's the only way I enjoy driving this car is because I've done it on Need for Speed Underground 2, you see. It's not that I've done it in real life. Don't get that wrong. All right, it's the next day and I've actually just finished laying the clear. I emptied a whole can on each wing, and it's not the small 500ml cans. They were like the larger ones, I don't know, 750 maybe. But yeah, I mean, look, all in all, the result is pretty good. It's shiny. It looks very nice, I'll be honest. Like, compared to what I had before, this is kind of banging. Obviously not as good as OEM. I'm not a Nissan factory, but as I've been saying, for a backyard paint job, it's pretty good. I've got the bonnet open right now, looking to figure out how to actually get the old wings off. It doesn't look like it's gonna be too crazy. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is how to get to all of the bolts under the skirts. I may need to take the wheel off as well, and I don't have all my wheel taking off stuff here, so I might have to bring that back. But yeah, so it's going well. I wish that I was slightly faster with the whole thing, but I do have pretty much all of tomorrow to get the wings on, and realistically I should be able to get the skirts and front lip on tomorrow as well. So I just need to be here early in the morning. Today it's been a slightly bumpy day, but I'm getting back to my routine and all of that. What a day. It's almost 4 o'clock. It's 3:45. On the way here, I wanna, before I even show you the progress with the Z, on the way here I was driving absolutely normally. Even though before that I was driving a bit crazy. I actually got bored of driving crazy, so I just started driving normal. I was driving this, okay, my nice 1994 325i Vert in Samoa blue. A nice car, all right? It's actually my best car. I don't even like the Z that much. I prefer this over the Z. Doing about 20 miles an hour, okay? Nothing crazy, like literally the speed limit. Some guy sees me coming up the road, and then he pulls out. He's not really cutting me off, but he saw me come out, and he still came out in front of me, even though I was already like on the road. So I just continued driving, assuming that he would also continue driving and even speed up, considering I was going quite slow. Usually people do 30 miles an hour on that same road. But no, as he's finally gets in my lane, he brake checks me, and I do not expect that considering there was no one in front. So I mashed the brakes, but obviously he timed it so well that I had to rear end him. Now bear in mind we're going about 0 miles an hour. This is the only damage, literally. The little screw cap, one of these, is missing now off of my number plate, and this trim piece is slightly creased, and there's a bit of a scratch on the bumper from it going underneath. Other than that, it's actually okay. There's not really any damage to my aerodynamic package bumper or my nose cone, which is the main thing I was worried about. So, you know, I come out of the car while he's already jumped out of his own car and he's charging at me. I didn't even think about getting out of the car. I didn't actually want to, but we did have a collision, so I did want to check my damage out. Come out of the car, check it out, nothing's wrong. And, you know, he's really aggressive with me, like, oh, you crashed into my car. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna pay for the damage? As if, like, something happened. So after I saw that there was no damage, I was like, okay, that's fine. I literally said that out loud. And I turned to him and I was like, why did you do that? You saw me driving on the road. You came out in front of me, you pulled out, and then you smashed on your brakes, even though there was no one in front. While he was trying to cut me off and trying to tell me about something, other bullshit, like, oh, I came out the other road. So I kept calm and completely neutral because I wasn't really pissed about the damage on my car. I just really wanted to figure out why he did what he did. So I just continued asking him why he did that in a very calm tone after I walked him through his mistake. So he just gave up because he knew he lost. So he just walked back to his little transit van, Transit Connect. It was like quite a new one though, 2019. And then, yeah, he left. Why? What's the point of that? Why? That is literally the worst thing. Why bother with that? What did you think I was gonna do? What did you think was gonna happen? Realistically, I should learn MMA or Muay Thai and just be able to murder people like that on the spot. But you know, that's some stuff for the future. Luckily, the Vert is fine. There's no actual damage and it's still alive and well. A beautiful hell yeah. Imagine having a little plane like that and just flying around. Pfft, very nice. Love the Vert. I hope no one else tries to brake check me like this. And I hope that guy has the worst day. Either way, that's not the point of this video. I have been with the Z for a few hours, as I say. I got here about midday. It's almost 4 now. I have been taking it quite slow. I don't like rushing myself. Realistically, this is the only thing I've got left to do today. So if I have to stay here until midnight, then fuck it, I'm going to do that. I've taken it all apart. Skirts are off, wings are off, front bumper is off, both sides. No broken screws or stripped holes or anything, apart from, where did it go? This one, I don't even know what that was. I snapped the bolt that mounts the front bumper, and there was one bracket that broke, like here or something. Yeah, like this. That's not supposed to break, but yeah, fragile old plastic, I don't know. So there might have to be some zip ties involved when I mount the bumper back. Yeah, the old crusty wing is off. This is going straight in the bin. I don't think there's any point in even trying to sell it. But the driver's side is very fresh right here. So I'm gonna put this up for sale after I wipe it down a little bit because there's gotta be too much dust on it. Hopefully I can recoup some money towards the project. I don't know if I showed, but I did clear the wings yesterday and they're looking quite nice. So yeah, I'm probably gonna... Actually, the reason I'm filming is because I realized I need a break. I have been working for basically 4 hours. I think I'm gonna go and get some food, try to figure out a coffee situation, hopefully less than an hour. And then I'll be back here trying to basically slap this whole thing together. So next order of business, I guess, would be to remove this garden trim lip off of the bumper to make way for the new KBD lip that I've painted. Figure out a secure way to mount these fiberglass Vertex replica skirts without ruining them. I already smashed it into the ceiling while I was trying to move it from one end of the garage to the other. That's minor though, nothing crazy. And of course, add these beautiful fresh painted wings. Hopefully I can finish before sundown so I can get some photos, but there's a couple of little details that are missing, so I might need to come back tomorrow morning for the photos. But yeah, I'm quite excited. We're finally doing cosmetic stuff on the Z. I will be honest, my break was definitely longer than an hour. However, I was handling some business, some very, very needed business to be handled remotely, of course. So I was just literally on my phone. I drained my entire battery. So the clip might end randomly, which means my phone died, which I apologize for. However, I have made progress on the Z, of course. It is dark out now, So yeah, I'm not really going to be able to complete everything I wanted to complete today in the same way that I imagined. However, I'm very close. So I should, if I get my ass down here early enough tomorrow, complete everything I wanted to complete today tomorrow. I have added the wing and skirt on both sides. And I'm not gonna lie, that view there, excuse the darkness and filthy car, but the skirt like that with a rim on the car, yummy stuff. Obviously, excuse the front fitment, I've got the stock wheels on at the moment, just for accessibility reasons. When I put the bumper back on tomorrow, I will continue with the 10Js. With the 10, what the fuck are they, 10 and a halves? I don't even remember. Yeah, 10 and a half, fucking hell. Yeah, I was saying they are ET18, just to confirm, if anyone's wondering. Speaking of the bumper, I have removed this weird garden trimming thing. I don't know what that is. There was about 1 million screws holding it on. Like, that's the nest of screws that I took out of the bumper. The bumper is lipless, which I actually like. I like the lipless look for a stock car, of course. Now, the skirts are not mounted completely, but they're basically on the car. Like, realistically, people been telling me to like rivet them onto the car using the factory mounting holes. Like, drill the factory mounting hole out, add a riv nut, and then run a nut, like a screw through the skirt into the riv nut thing. But I don't know how the fuck to do riv nuts, bro. I've never done that, and I don't really think it's needed. So I might do a less permanent solution, the one that doesn't require so much drilling. AKA one zip tie in here to the wing. So yeah, all in all, I'm not unhappy with the progress. Obviously, I wish I worked a little faster, but I did get here early enough today, considering some full brake check me. So yeah, more tomorrow. Okay, so the Z is finished, all right? Today is Saturday. I'm 1 day behind schedule, but it's okay because it's not actually the end of the week yet. I've got the photos I need. Either way, I want to just show you how it's looking right now. I think this is quite an iconic view right there. Look at that. 350Z, Rogue Drive 350Z. We've got the sticker, we've got the wheel caps, we've got the side skirts. I've got one zip tie in the front, one zip tie in the back, a classic. The rest is held on by the door, which is perfect. KBD front lip, perfect. You can't even see the screws in the little corners there, like barely. There's one in the side, like inside here as well. Standard. It's made for this bumper, so it basically fit on even without needing a screw, but I don't want it to fall off and fly away. So yeah, I washed it, I gave it a wipe down so it's not so dusty. The Pixel 7 does bits in it, so it just kind of like AI cleans the car anyway. Yeah, gonna be kind of sad to see this go, because it's actually quite a nice car and it definitely looks really nice now as well. So it's kind of painful to think about selling it, but that was the point of it originally. I've always wanted to just sell it and make some profit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 350Z. Thank you for joining in and watching me create this. See you later, Z. Oh yeah, if you want to buy it, slide into my DM at Rogue Drive on Instagram or leave a comment below. This can be yours today. Oh, okay. Like, every clip transition begins with me saying, oh, okay, or some shit like that. But this is just how everything feels. It's so like in my head and like fucking like get through it type thing. It's all right. We're making it work. Silver coupe. I have transported my old black coupe bumper that has the option drift 350Z tap on it. And also, obviously, this car is wasted, so I didn't care about putting this bumper on. I do have my M Sport bumper cut. That, oh my God, dropped the phone. That I'm gonna be drilling onto that and probably driving the car like this. As I said, I just need to patch it back together and get it going. Either way, this is some stuff for the next video. My tool bag is completely drenched because the water just comes through. So that's not cool. Whatever. Yeah, I don't understand how there's water like coming up. Like, look where the water has gotten all the way up to the tire, bro. There as well. Through the floor. Dry storage, yeah, sick. Thanks, Brighton Hove Council. So really and truly, why I'm here is to talk about the black coupe, because obviously it is the 350Z video, right? But I did do some black coupe things and I've completely left it, not finished off the whole storyline with that. I'm gonna get in there and just talk, because yeah, talking video, innit? This is how it works. So what happened? I did go to the MOT. The MOT was a success because I don't go to MOTs and my cars fail. That's not a thing, regardless of the condition of the car. That happened to me once and it was very irritating and it will never happen again. Black coupe passes MOT. However, during that MOT, it shits itself. I walk back in after the MOT has finished, and the MOT tester is like, oh yeah, I think your car is leaking a little bit. So then I just go up to it and see like a huge puddle just covering the whole garage coming from underneath the car. So I'm thinking like, okay then, thank you, that makes sense. I didn't just spend like 2 years refreshing the entire engine, adding new cooling system. So unfortunately I couldn't drive it back that day. The MOT place I go to is in South London, so I had to actually get back to Brighton the same day, and I couldn't drive the car, so I had to take the train, and that's just not something I do, innit? I drive. So having to take the train because of the black coupe is quite it's a big thing. So it's okay. I got back to Brighton, did my thing, what I needed to do, left the car at the MOT place. Boss man who did the MOT actually had some storage for me, which is like literally incredible. So yeah, big shout out to him. Either way, I ended up taxing the car so I can leave it on the street. I removed it from his garage because obviously I didn't want to take up his space within the same week. And then I got George to recover it. Shout out to George again. Like literally, he's basically saves my life every time. At George Blads on Instagram, if you want to give him a shout, definitely do so. He will fix your shit car and he will recover it anywhere in the UK. He did end up fixing, I don't actually remember what was wrong with the black coupe exactly, but it was like a water pipe fitting, like all the way at the back of the engine, like between the engine and the firewall. I have no idea how I didn't replace that and why I thought it would be okay to put it back in the car when I was refreshing the engine all this time, but it's all right. That got fixed, he blessed it. So then I was able to drive the car around a little bit. I didn't drive it too much. I tried to daily it a bit. Obviously not the best idea. A random misfire began to occur. I don't know what it was. I originally thought it was a bent valve because it happened after I did a misshift on the motorway. But after some more research and diagnosis, it's not a bent valve. It's more like a spark issue. I did put new spark plugs in it, which I got from Raz's work. I was going to do coil packs, but I just didn't end up having time that day. Funniest thing as well, on the same day where I changed the spark plugs, I drove the car to and from Raz's work, and I went back to Raz's work to chill with him and to hang out because I was with Bevan and we were just doing rogue things. Parked at his parking lot, as you would, and then I was trying to leave and drive back away, as I would expect to do with my car that I drove there and has been driving fine the whole time. It wouldn't start. And this is like 2 days before needing to leave for a trip with Hannah to Kosovo. So essentially I ended up dumping the car there, which was quite stressful for Raza because you're not supposed to leave cars in your parking lot over fucking 10 weeks. So I ended up going to a wedding in Kosovo and remotely organizing George to recover the car. So again, shout out to George for fucking literally saving this car for the millionth time. He's then since been able to start it without actually fixing anything on it. So yeah, just the black coupe is a genuine princess. Like if there was to be a Disney princess in the shape of an E36, it would be my black coupe, straight up. Since the start of time, it's been like this. It's probably down to me being a shit owner and not actually knowing what I'm doing with cars, but that's okay. We can move past this now. Basically, long story short, it's a long thing with that car, and I CBA, yeah? All I know is that I want to drift, and this, unfortunately, is not really, like, what the fuck, bro? This shell is definitely wasted now, like 100%. It has been wasted since I got it back in 2019 or whatever. 2020, I don't know. And I did revive it, okay? I definitely did revive it with the help of BMW Works. So big credit goes out to him for like helping me put this thing together and actually drift it. Really and truly, this shell is ready for the bin. And this was the case actually back in a day when I purchased the black coupe. I thought, oh, the silver coupe is fucked. I'm going to build a proper BMW E36 for drift. And I got the black coupe and started doing that. And then fucking lost my mind and started to fucking go back in time and just do some weird shit. So now I think what I'm gonna do is return to my original plan, which was to drift the black coupe. And obviously, I do have an M50 B25 Vanos engine in here, which in my eyes is a superior engine for an E36 drift car. I have spent a lot of time investing and building this M52 B28 that's in the black coupe. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's behaving weird, but I don't think it's anything major. It will just be time to diagnose and figure out the problem. But I want to get that M52 running right before I rip it out of the black coupe and sell it on to someone else. As I don't want to own any M52s. I don't believe in them. I don't see the point. I'd rather an M50. And ultimately, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel, but I do want some boost. I did ride in a couple of Silvias earlier this year, SR20 turbo. Obviously, I haven't driven one yet, but that inspired the turbo idea, and I've really wanted to get Silvia because obviously Japan is cool. But this whole video is literally about how I don't care about any Japanese cars, and it's not in my heart to actually drive one. Maybe a 90s one will feel a lot better than a 2005 one, but again, that's just not, I'm kind of not bothered to find out, really and truly. I'd rather invest in a BMW. I did ride in an M50 Turbo E36. That's on the channel too, if you haven't seen that. Check the previous videos out, should be earlier this year. That did tickle my fancy a lot. So, potential idea, remove this silver coupe entirely. Literally dissolve the shell. Like, I'm talking about strip the whole thing completely to bare metal, get the glass out, get the dash out, everything. Any salvageable part, take it off and retain it for my own spares and safekeeping. Put whatever is actually worth putting onto the black coupe off of this car, and potentially figure out a way to do a turbo build on this M50. Or another idea I've had literally today is to swap or like figure out a deal with someone for my 350Z and a turbo E36. So if I can pull that off, I will end up with 3 E36s, one which is turbo and like actually a proper fast engine. Hopefully one that's been built well, yeah? It's not something that's gonna blow up in 2 days, which I know it just comes down to engine management. So I'm just gonna need to find a proper E36 turbo setup car and figure out a deal with someone for my 350Z. I'll have this hoopty to break into bits and have spares. And I'll have the black coupe, which is the holy grail of E36 shells, ready for all of the best bits from the 2 trash heaps that I'm gonna get. One turbo trash heap and one written off ex-drift car trash heap. I'm a little bit all over the place with all of this drifting stuff, but I know that I want to go faster. And I do want a car that drives straight and isn't wasted. As much as I love the silver coupe and there's hella sentiment, it has literally done its best and has lived a full life. I got it as like a clean show car. The previous owner was like very meticulous about taking care of it. I ended up finding out that the sills are rusty. I got put off of it. I sold it, got a new E36, stalked this silver car for countless of years and owners, bought it back, revived it, turned it into a drift car, and has since then just been fucking thrashing the living shit out of it. Just like the previous owners did while it wasn't in my ownership. So it really and truly does deserve to be put out of its misery now. I know that this might break some of your guys' hearts, and it does mine a little bit too, but progression is needed, all right? And also, I can't be having 1,000 cars. Like, I want one drift car that does everything I want. So it needs to be fast, it needs to be an E36 coupe, and it needs to... That's pretty much it, really. I don't fucking need anything else in a drift car. Ideally, like a proper suspension setup, but you know, that's part of being a drift car. Leave a comment below, tell me what you think of this idea. How would you go about doing what I want to do? if you were me. The reason I'm actually here right now is to film some more towards the next video, which you should be seeing in October. Hopefully. It is September now. A couple little changes to the Silver Coupe before I go to Santa Pod on October 11th for its final ever drift day. The plan is to rip it apart afterwards and repurpose its existence into the Black Coupe. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna see all of it on the channel. Another thing I did want to mention, I only spoke about this a little bit in the video, but rogueworld.co, yeah, has had a full overhaul, completely new website, hella new products. Basically what I'm saying is, you're sleeping, because I know for a fact you ain't even been on that site and don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when you're done with this video, go to the link in the description or just type it in on your search bar, rogueworld.co. See what's up, see what you like, maybe buy something, support the channel, yeah? Support my crazy fucking E36 drift career, and let's make some shit happen. Other than that, as I've been saying, follow me on Instagram at Rogue Drive. You get everything as it happens instead of like 5 months later. Exclusive releases and drops only happening on Instagram. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you soon. Peace.